Hope you're doing well, hope you're having a great day. In this video I listed 7 bad habits that you should just quit forever. I'm not joking, you won't regret quitting these bad habits. And I tried to pick the habits that I see a lot of people do and that I also struggle with. And sometimes I still also do these bad habits. So I'm 100% sure that you are still doing at least 1 or 2 of these bad habits. 100% sure. But hopefully that will change with this video. So let's just get into the first habit, which is waking up and then just laying in bed doing nothing. Or waking up and pressing the snooze button 5 times. You have probably done this hundreds of times before. When you wake up and say that just 5 more minutes, and you press the snooze button, and then you press it again, and then again, and then again. You've been staying in bed for at least an hour extra now, saying that just 5 more minutes. Or maybe you do the thing where you just wake up and you just lay in bed, kind of half sleeping, half awake, and you just do nothing instead of getting out of bed and starting your day. And do you want to know the truth? I did this today. I'm still struggling with this. I woke up today, got out of bed, turned my alarm off, and went back to bed and slept for an extra 10 minutes. But there are also days when I sleep in an extra 40, 50 minutes. Now, it does feel good in that moment. Every time I do this, when I sleep in an extra 40 minutes, 50 minutes, it does feel good in the moment. It's nice, comfy under the blankets, but my whole day is ruined after that. Because I feel groggy, my day is off, I'm kind of pissed off at myself that I slept in. And I just don't have that cutting through energy. I just don't have that kind of focus when I sleep in. But the days where I wake up in time, when I do my morning routine as I scheduled it in my schedule, in those days I feel so much better. I feel so much focused. And I also feel a lot more disciplined. I just feel I'm full with energy on those days. Compared to when, it's kind of paradoxical, you see, because when you wake up, when you were supposed to wake up, when you put the alarm, you feel more rested and you have more energy when compared to when you sleep an extra half an hour. And that's very interesting, but at least that's how it works with me. But if you don't sleep enough hours, then it's all pointless. So first get your sleep right, and then when you wake up, just jump out of bed instantly. Don't think about it. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, you're out of bed. Just do that. And don't press your snooze button 5 times. Don't just lay around doing nothing. Just get out of bed when you wake up. This will change so much, trust me. And an easy trick that I've done is putting your phone on the other side of the room. By doing that, I almost solved this problem. Really. Don't go to your bed with your phone. Don't cope and say that you need some kind of YouTube video to go to sleep, to get tired. Really. You need a YouTube video to sleep. That's kind of embarrassing. So just put your phone on the other side of the room and go to bed. And when you wake up, you will have to get out of bed and turn the alarm off. This is why this is such a good trick. So let's go on to the second habit. Now the second bad habit is scrolling. Scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok. And you probably already know this, just how bad it is. You probably heard it 100 times before, so I'm not going to talk about it a lot. But you gotta realize that it's one of these things that feels good right now, but it ruins your future. It feels good in the short term, but it's bad for the long term. Scrolling is the best way to waste your time and to ruin your life. Really, it's awful. You might ask, why is it so bad? Because it really messes up your attention span. You won't be able, when you sit down to work, you won't be able to focus that well. You'll be fidgeting doing all sorts of things, you won't be able to focus. It messes up your dopamine levels. It fries your receptors, because the thing is that you have like a baseline of dopamine level. Dopamine is basically like the chemical that makes you motivated and feel good, something like that. I'm not a scientist. And TikTok or the scrolling apps really bring up your dopamine like a lot. And that when your dopamine level goes up, it has to come down again. And when you have these big spikes of dopamine, the thing that's going to happen, your baseline of dopamine will go down. Which means that you will generally feel worse when you use these scrolling apps. You just feel worse. For example, one time when I scrolled for a couple of minutes, 10, 20 minutes, after that my head literally, it was hurting. It was like full, it was foggy, I couldn't focus on something, and everything I did after that felt boring. This is one of the worst things that it does. Everything, you don't want to do anything else, just scroll, because everything else becomes boring. So I really advise you to just quit it altogether. Have some respect for yourself, care about yourself, and just quit it. If you have 5 minutes extra, don't scroll. Instead, just sit there in silence. That's such a way better way to spend your time. Don't be a dumbass and waste your time scrolling on social media. You can do a bunch of better stuff with your time, can't you? Now, for example, if you want to watch some kind of content, instead of watching this short form bullshit, at least watch some long form content. At least watch something that you're actually interested about. Or maybe it's even educational or something. For example, my worst enemy is this kind of camping videos where this guy goes out in the winter, minus 20, 30 degrees Celsius with a tent and just camps there, hunts his food. Like, I love those videos. I could watch them all day long. Those are my worst enemy. So just quit scrolling. Now, the third bad habit is losing your temper. Now, this was actually a problem for me. I used to get angry and frustrated quite easily. And the way I manage that is first by breathing deeply. Really, this helps a lot. It's so simple. Just with your breath, you can calm yourself down. Just taking a couple of deep breaths in. Just doing that for a minute, and you won't be that angry anymore. The other thing is that I realized that I can choose how to react to a situation. It is in your control to choose in the way that you react to some kind of situation. There's a gap between what happens and how you react to it. And you can do whatever you want in that gap. You can choose to get angry. You can choose to punch that guy or to walk away. It's in your choice. It's in your control. The other thing that I did is that I realized that the thing that I'm angry about, it won't matter in a year. It probably won't matter in a couple of days. Most of the time it won't matter in a couple of months. In almost every single time. The thing that I'm worrying about, the thing that I'm angry about, it won't matter in a year. It won't matter in 5 years. So why be angry about it? Why make such a fuss out of it right now? The other thing that helped me, and this is a big one, that being angry and losing your temper doesn't help any situation. Getting angry doesn't make any situation better. I challenge you to give me a situation where losing your temper makes it better. You can't find one. It never helps. Try to control your temper. You can use some of the tactics that I listed here. Realize that you can choose how to react to a situation. Because no one likes those kind of people that get angry just like this very easily and are bitchy. No one likes those kind of people. Because it's easy to react to anger with anger. When someone is yelling at you, it's easy to yell back. But can you react to anger with calmness? Can you react to anger with kindness? Now that's a sign of a strong character. Now the fourth habit is being too negative. Now of course you can be negative towards other people. You can wish that bad things will happen to other people. You can literally say negative things to that person. You can be very envious, build up resentment towards them, like not show love towards them, like look down upon them. You can show negative things to other people. And you probably noticed that no one likes those kind of negative people. That they're always nagging, judging everyone. No one likes those people. But the other thing is that you can be negative towards yourself. You can tell yourself negative thoughts. You can have these negative thoughts and believe them. Saying that I'm not good enough, that I'm a loser, that I'm just awful, that I'll never be able to do this, that I'm dumb, I'm stupid. You can say these things to yourself and hurt yourself, label yourself with these negative labels and suffer in your imagination. Because that's what you're doing. You're thinking negative thoughts and suffering because of it, not realizing that your thoughts and your opinions, first of all, they are not you. You gotta realize that you are not your thoughts. They are like just clouds passing by, like you don't really control your thoughts. You just gotta listen to them like the crackling of the fire. First realize this, you are not your thoughts. So when you have a negative thought, don't say that maybe that I am angry, or no, I'm just having an angry thought. I'm just having an anxious thought. I'm just having a negative thought. And that's not true. That's the other thing that you gotta realize, that thoughts and opinions almost always are not true. They are bullshit. They are not real. They don't reflect reality. And you don't have to believe them. You don't have to believe your thoughts. You can question your thoughts. So why not, without going too far, without being too arrogant, think good things about yourself. Stop putting yourself down. Why not instead believe the positive thoughts? Try to look at things from a positive perspective. Really, it's that simple. Try to get into the habit of thinking more positively. Trying to always look at the bright side of things. And also another thing that could help here is getting respect for yourself. Respecting yourself. And the number one way that you can do that is doing what you say that you will do. Staying true to your word. That's the number one way that you can just get some respect for yourself. Get some evidence that you are a man that people can respect. That you will do what you say that you will do. So instead, instead of thinking negative thoughts, choose to think positive thoughts. Really. And question your thoughts. Realize that you are not your thoughts, and they are, most of the time, they're just bullshit. Now, the fifth bad habit is porn. And you already know just how bad it is. When will you quit it? For how long will you keep on doing this? You told yourself so many times that you're going to quit it, and yet still here you are. And you know deep within yourself that it's bad for you. You know it. You feel it. You feel ashamed of yourself when you masturbate. You feel like a dirty little goblin. And I know that it's not easy to quit. I've also struggled with it. I know that it's not easy. But what other options do you have? What's the alternative? Do you just want to stay a loser for the rest of your life? Do you want to watch porn for the rest of your life? Over-sexualizing everything, feeling ashamed about it. Being addicted to ejaculation like a little monkey. Do you really want to be that guy for the rest of your life? Not being able to have deep, genuine connections with other people because your mind is corrupted. It's filled with these dirty, weird images randomly popping into your head throughout the day. Do you want that for the rest of your life? And don't expect to have a beautiful relationship with a woman if you're still masturbating, if you're still watching porn every single day. That might be one of the reasons that you're single right now. Because you're there, locked away in your room like a goblin. Dirty little goblin masturbating every day. Don't expect to have a deep relationship like that. And trust me, it's worth it. It's worth to give up that few seconds of pleasure. Because it will give you a lot more energy throughout the day. I'm not joking. you will feel a lot more energized throughout the day, and you will have this cutting through energy. And another thing is that you will respect yourself a lot more. Really. You won't think that bad of yourself. All of a sudden, a bunch of negative thoughts about yourself are gone once you stop. Once you start respecting yourself and not masturbating and watching porn every single day. So you will have a much more respect for yourself. And also, of course, you will have a lot better relationship with other people, and you will stop getting these random disgusting images of porn popping into your head throughout the day. So just quit it, and you will relapse, and that's okay. But the point is that when you relapse, to get back into not fapping. The point is that, for example, let's say that you're masturbating 20 times a month. Make sure that the next month you only masturbate 15 times. And reduce it by 5 every month. And then after like 4 months, you just quit it. And you will fail. Of course you will fail. But the point is to get back to it. To realize that this is bad. That's the point. So just quit it. Now the 6th habit is saying yes to everyone. This means that you say yes to everyone, you try to please everyone, try to help everyone out, and then you can't deliver to anyone. You're stretched way too thin. You don't have time for yourself. But you gotta realize that this is not a good path to go on. That you can't say yes to everyone. You can't. You gotta say no to someone. And this is such a key thing. To have the ability to say no. To have the courage to say no. So have the balls to say no to someone. You might be asking, okay, but what do I say yes to? What do I say no to? Well, think about what is essential in your life. Like, what is really essential in your life? What are those few vital things in your life? And once you got that, once you separated the essential things, the vital few, from the unimportant, the trivial many, then say no to this. Only say yes to what's essential to you, what's like really important, and say no to the rest of them. Because you gotta realize that when you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. When you're saying yes to helping someone out, or when you're saying yes to staying in work for an extra couple of hours, you're saying no to spending an extra hours with your family. When you say yes to help some random person out, you're saying no to your own project, you're saying no to your own studying, to your own work. And it's also true vice versa. When you say no to something, you say yes to something else. When you say no to the bad habits, when you say no to eating the junk food, when you say no to partying, going to that party with someone, you're saying yes to having a healthy life. You're saying yes to spending more time with the people that you actually care about. So this is a very important one. Have the ability to say no and pick out what's truly essential in your life and only focus on that. The 7th habit is eating too much sugar or drinking too much sugary drinks. Basically diet. And you probably already know this, that diet and what we put into our bodies influence us, how we feel in a profound way. For example, there have been times when I ate some shit food, some awful food, with a bunch of sugar or very like greasy, like this crispies and bunch of fries or the huge pizza, or I ate too much. And after that, I feel awful. Like I feel bad, I feel lethargic, I don't want to do anything, my head is full. And you can probably relate to that. And just think about how crazy that is, that after we eat, we have to lay down. The thing that's supposed to give us energy actually drains us from energy. So knowing that what we eat, the food that we put inside our body, affects us in such a profound way, do you really think that it's a good idea to put a bunch of processed foods that have a bunch of random chemicals in them? Do you think that's a good idea to put that into your body? Do you think you still think that it's a good idea to drink Coca-Cola or any sugary drink that has like 40 grams of sugar in it. Do you think that that will have a amazing effect on your body? That's a great thing to do. Really. If you put shit into your body, don't be surprised if you're shit, if you feel like shit. Cut out all the bullshit food, cut out all the processed foods, especially sugar. That is one of the worst. And today, like, the sodas have so much sugar in them. If you look on the labels, it says that per 100 milliliters, there's like 10 grams of sugar, like 15 grams of sugar. And children are drinking that. So you're drinking per one of these half a liters, like 40 grams, 30 grams of sugar. Like, don't you think that's awful for your health? And you're drinking like 2 of those per day. And you're wondering why you feel bad all the time. Well, no shit. You're putting shit into your body. So just quit all the sugar. Quit all the junk food, all the chips, all the like greasy like French fries, everything. The sauces that also have a bunch of sugar in them. Just quit it. Now you don't have to quit it forever. I also eat some days, rarely, some sweets or a pizza or something. But don't put it into your daily habit. Don't put it into your daily schedule, eating these awful foods. Try to eat more healthy. Eat some eggs, eat some meat, eat some fruits, some vegetables, some nuts. Don't eat these bullshit processed foods. Trust me, this will change so much. So I hope that you like this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence. If you're interested, I'm doing free one-on-one calls. If you want any advice, if you want to ask me some questions, whatever, if you want to talk about something, you can send me an email and we'll talk to each other. So I hope that you like this video. Thank you for being here. All the love towards you. And if you actually want this video to help you, pick at least 2 habits and just quit them. Just pick 1 or 2, pick 1 habit and just quit it from today. If you don't want this video to go to waste, your time to go to waste watching this video, use this and just pick 1 habit that you're doing, the one that I listed here, and just quit it. That's simple. If you actually want this video to help you, if you just take action. So I hope you like this video. Have a great day and goodbye.